Shalom. Before I begin this video, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rachakwadash. Also as well, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that continue to rule very well to this very day, that is continually feeding the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi. And also as well, Shalom to the whole elect that's also continuing laboring his work, continuing to fight the good fight of faith, continuing to spread this gospel to other members of the whole elect in faith, in truth, sincerity, and also in all charity. All right, and the topic of this video is going to be entitled, "The Demons Know Who We Are." And through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Lord's will, this lesson, this video is edifying to the body of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, the whole elect, and the sincere Akim that's tuning in, and also the few sisters that believe. Lord's will is edifying, and let's go ahead and get right into it. So this topic is centered around these demons that we see that is being conjured up in these last days. And you know, if you paid attention, or if you saw recently, you know, a demon visited the elder Manat Zappa, and this goes to show you that, you know, these demons, you know, especially in these times that we're living in, you know, they are being activated. You know, they're being active in these last times. You know, they're being even more active, especially around this time, during this year, this fall season going into the winter season. You know, especially around this time, demons are definitely present during this time, because this whole season in itself, or these few months that pass by, are heavily demonic, because you got these different spirits, these vibrations, should I say, that's being pushed out throughout the planet Earth, and those vibrations are consisting of these different so-called holidays, these different celebrations, gatherings that are being put together. And these demons are showing themselves, but it only takes a spiritual eye in order to see that. All right, and then we have that spiritual eye to be able to see and know who these demons are, or where these demons are. And you know, if you see in the still picture, this is definitely a demon. You know, you can clearly see that, because typically when it comes to these people out here, you know, they are carrying these different spirits, these different demons that's been put on them, man. And when you see them, you know, they don't go to anybody else and, you know, bother them, or, you know, they walk down the street or what have you, or be around people. They don't show themselves, or they don't go nuts, if I can use that word. But as soon as they get around the brothers or around the men of the Lord, that's when them demons activate. That's when they start conjuring up and start manifesting themselves, because they know who we are. These demons that are inhabiting these people, they know who we are. That's why a lot of the times, when, like I said, when they come around the brothers, they try us, and we already know what it is. These are just tests that we're being put through, because, like I said, they don't bother anybody else. But when it comes to the brothers, when it comes to the men of the Lord that are following Yahawashi, and I have to make that point, because concerning Yahawashi, the demons knew who Yahawashi was, and they knew who the men of the Lord were back in the ancient world. And I'm gonna get that here in a little bit, but just to finish the thought, these demons, you know, like I said, they're trying us, especially now, because we're close. We are ever so closer to this kingdom being destroyed, and the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi being set up. So as the time continue to press forward, or continue to move on, it's going to be even more heavy tests and more demons to come in and to bother us, and which really is these are trials, like I said, because these demons, like I said, they know Yahawashi, and if Yahawashi knows you, right? Because Yahawashi, he has certain of the nation of Israel that he has deep love for, that he cares for, and in the ancient world, you saw that he had care for the elect, and it tells you that in the scripture as well, that Yahawashi have care for his elect. So that's why when it comes to today, those same spirits that knew Yahawashi and Yahawashi knew them, they're back today. And that's also another reason why these demons, they come and try to move us off our square or what have you, or try to hinder us, or try to have us move in a certain way that the Lord doesn't want us to move. I mean, you have to look at the examples of old and see what Yahawashi and the men of the Lord did during those times. They didn't get, confrontational, because if this demon were to visit any other camp outside of Great Millstone, you would definitely see, headlines in the news saying, this guy or whoever walks up to him that comes in this fashion, being possessed with demons, there would have been a headline saying, "Oh, this man was brutally beaten by people in." I'm gonna use Yahawashi for an example. They got beaten by people with purple garments, or they got beaten by people with combat boots and fatigues, because they're carnal, man. And like I said, these demons would have walked up to any other camp, they would have got dealt with hands, okay? But when it comes to us, Great Millstone, we're not about that. We're not carnal. We're spiritual. We understand that this is a spiritual warfare, and that the weapons that are being formed against us are spiritual, and that's why we're spiritually equipped with this armor that the Lord Yahawashi gave us, which is this truth. So whenever we see this, man, we don't lose our heads. We stand boldly in front of these demons. Especially in front of Esau, Edom, and the other nations. The Lord has made us bold as lions. He's made our face as flint, as stone, and hardened against these people. Because these people, and like I said, they are carrying demons, man. Make no mistake. So when these people, they come in and try to move us off our square, no, we're not gonna go in. We're not moving. We're not gonna back down from what we're doing, what we're teaching. So there it is, man. And like I said, in the case of the man of the Lord, like I said, Yahawashi, he's put a hedge over us, but you have to move according to what Yahawashi has commanded us to do. And one of the main precepts that jump out, especially in this situation, is be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Because the Elder Manat Zabba, he wasn't about to get confrontational with this guy, because he understood that hey, this is a demon. He understood the situation, and we know what was going on too, because we also see what this is. We understand that demons are definitely harboring these people. We know that they're active. We know that they're everywhere you go. So it's no surprise, man. We're not caught off guard by what we see regarding these different spirits. But the notion still needs to be made that they will try us, and it's up to us to be able to point that out and to move accordingly to what Yahawashi commanded us to, how he wanted us to move, or how he commanded us to move. Okay. And we're gonna get some precepts here to outline that, and I got a few examples too. I'm gonna try to get through this as quick as I can. I'm kind of running a little bit over time, so I want to try to get through this as make this as plain, easy to understand in the time that I have right now. So let me go ahead and hop right into the precepts. Slack here, add one on deck. Yeah, it's in here, the scripture. I just have to find it. I'm looking for the scripture. Let's see if I can find it, where it says the demons know Yahawashi and they know the men of the Lord. And I'm gonna see if I can find it, but let me go ahead and kind of speak on it while I try to get it. But in the case of these other people, like I said, these demons are not gonna bother them, man, because they already because they have demons themselves. they recognize who's who. All right, because almost every single person that you see, they have some form of a demon, or like the scriptures say, a devil. In which when you go into that word devil, sometimes it doesn't say Shaitan or Diablo, should I say? Sometimes it shows demons. When you look in the definition, when you read certain scriptures where it says a man hath a devil, that means he has a demon. Okay, and I believe we went into that some weeks ago. Me and the brother Arwan, about the war, or the war on your mind, because it all starts in your mind, and that's why when these demons start to conjure in these people, or these demons start to conjure in these people, all right, they're not sound mind, okay, because they do outlandish acts. And case in point, we witnessed that this past Saturday at the camp. We saw one demon, he was just sitting at the bus stop just waiting. And we was chopping it up in the spirit, us and the brothers. And all of a sudden he just got up from the bus stop. He had a briefcase or a suitcase with him, so he got up off the bus stop. He got up, walked over, walked down the street toward where we were, and he walked by, and then he started being shifty, started moving funny and weird, and he stopped, like, right as soon as he passed by us. He stopped, started speaking gibberish because we didn't understand what he was saying. And he was yelling, making noise, moving weird. Because again, they know who we are. So when they come, like I said earlier, when they come around the brothers, when they come around the men of the Lord, those demons make themselves known. They manifest because they see the spirits. They see, they see that we have the Holy Spirit with us. They see that we have the spirit of Yahawashi on us. So that's why they manifest and they start making themselves known. So Slacky, I know I went off on a tangent there, but that's it goes to show you that these demons they know who we are, and I was just using that as an example because there's other accounts to where we saw demons, on different when we was out on the highways and byways, and the other men of the Lord can tell you the same thing. Certain demons, they show themselves, and hey, we understand the situation. So we're not surprised or caught off guard by what we see. And we're going to see even more of this happening. But I'm going to keep that in mind. I'll have to do with us. second. Okay. Yeah, here we go, man. This app, man. This app has been really going crazy for the past few weeks. And this is recent, too. So this is X. See what I mean? Demons activated. All right. You know, I'm just a little inside joke. But this is Acts chapter 19. And this is at verse, I'll get straight to the point. Verse 15. It says, and the evil spirit answered and said, Yahawashi I know, and Paul I know, but who are ye? And this is the evil spirit that was talking with one of the servants of the Lord, you know. Actually, let me go, let's see, Slakia. Yeah, here it is. Yep, I just want to get the context. Verse 13, it says, then certain of the vagabond Jews, exorcists, took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits the name of the Lord Yahawashi, saying, we adjure you by Yahawashi whom Paul preacheth. Okay, so I believe that was I believe I said earlier that this was one of the followers of Yahawashi. Actually, this is an exorcist. All right. It says certain of the vagabond Jews exorcists took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits. All right, and used the name of Yahawashi whom Paul was preaching. And verse 14, it says, and there were 7 sons of one Sceva, a Jew, and the chief of the priests, which did so. All right. So you had certain of the vagabond Jews, and actually, let me get that word vagabond there, because I want to bring this out for edification. Okay, so when you go into vagabond, it means to go about, of strollers, of wanderers. Okay. To come all around, to stroll, to veer, wandering about. Okay, so in other words, the Jews that were vagabonds, basically they didn't have a home to go to, or a place they were, you know, I will use this word, a base, where they go back to, or you know, home. You know, basically these are the people that were, you know, you can say they were homeless. Okay, but just continuing to read verse 14, it says, and there were 7 sons of one Sceva, a Jew, and a chief of the priests, which did so. And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahawashi I know, and Paul I know, but who are ye? So again, these demons, they said, look, Yahawashi I know, okay, Paul I know, which Paul was a follower of Yahawashi, but who are you? See that? So if this person was following the same footsteps as Yahawashi and also the apostles, all right, that were doing works according to what the Lord Yahawashi commanded them to do, then the spirit would have known who this person was. But they didn't, because they weren't, that they don't know Yahawashi, or rather, Yahawashi doesn't know them. You know, the Yahawashi didn't call them to push forth this work, or push forth this gospel. So again, you had certain of the vagabond Jews, right, or exorcists, like it says here, that took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits in the name of the Lord Yahawashi. Yeah, so they attempted to use the name, and they got messed up. Like it says in verse 16, it says, in the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them and overcame them and prevailed against them, so that they fled out of that house naked and wounded. See that? So they fled out of the house, of that house, naked and wounded. All right. So this evil spirit overcame them. You know, he proceeded to beat them. See that? Because they didn't know, like I said, that this person who attempted to exorcise the demon, okay, another inside joke. Who attempted to exorcise the demon, got messed up because he attempted to use the name of Yahawashi Shai. And that goes to show you that even if you know the name of Yahawashi Shai, that's not enough, man. It's more than just knowing the name of Yahawashi Shai. Yes, it is important to know the name, but it's another thing to know the power behind that name, okay? Because when you know the name of Yahawashi Shai, okay, that means that you know his mannerisms, you know who he is, okay, you know what he is about, and you know what he wants done. That's really knowing Yahawashi Shai and knowing his name. Because you're going to have certain people that are going to attempt to use a name when all hell breaks loose. They're going to attempt to you got certain Jake that are going to attempt to use the name. You got other Jake that is not going to remember the name. They're going to try to pronounce it or what have you. But those Jakes that try to use the name, that weren't laboring, that were out in the world just doing, what have you, they're going to be overtaken in that day. Because the statement that Yahawashi said when you had certain people saying, Lord, did we not cast out demons and devils in your name? And guess what Yahawashi is going to say? I never knew you. And that was the case with this. But what took place in this scripture? Yahawashi, he didn't know who these individuals were. So with that being said, the demons say, look, okay, yeah, you're not a follower of Yahawashi. Yeah, I can take you. But that's why you had this what took place this past Saturday with the Elder Manat Zabba, because the demon knew who he was. He knew he was a man of the Lord. That's why he came and went over and provoked him, or tried to provoke him. See that? So moving on from there. I know I said I want to make this quick, but I'm trying to get through these. Because it's time to go in. So let me go ahead and run through these real quick. So it's the book of Acts chapter, let's see, Slakia. Yeah, that's it on that. There's another one I wanted to grab. I think this is the one. So this is Matthew chapter 8, and this is at verse, actually, that's not it. It's Slakia. Okay, I grabbed this one. This book of Mark, chapter 1, verse 23. Okay, which is the same account in Matthew. I believe I had it in Matthew, but it's the same one. It's book of Mark, chapter 1, verse 23. It says, and there was in their synagogue a man with an unclean spirit, and he cried out, saying, let us alone. What have we to do with thee, thou Yahawashi of Nazareth? Art thou come to destroy us? I know thee who art thou, the Holy One of Israel. Oh, who thou art, Slakia. It says, I know thee who thou art. I said, I know who you are. The Holy One of the Most High. The Holy One of Yahawashi Shai. Or Yahweh, rather. Verse 25, it says, and Yahawashi rebuked him, saying, hold thy peace and come out of him. And when the unclean spirit had torn him and cried with a loud voice, he came out of him. And they were all amazed, insomuch that they questioned among themselves, saying, what thing is this? What new doctrine is this? For with authority commanded he even the unclean spirits, and they do obey him. That's the point. Yahawashi has authority over these unclean spirits, these demons. So again, we know when we see these spirits, man, we know that Yahawashi is in control, or Yahawashi Shai is in control, because he has authority over them. So like I said, when we see them, man, we don't lose our heads over it, man. We're not confounded when we witness these demons when they conjure up or try to come up and try us, because Yahawashi is in authority. He's the one that's in control. All right. So, yeah, that's it on that. Go ahead and move on to the next precept. Okay, so first let me grab grab this one. This book of Luke chapter 8 verse 27 says, when he went forth to the land, there met him out of the city a certain man which had devils long time, and wear no clothes, neither abode in any house but in tombs. When he saw Yahawashi, he cried out and fell down before him with a loud voice, said, what have I to do with thee, Yahawashi, thou son of the Most High, Yahweh? I beseech thee, torment me not. Okay, verse 29 says, for he had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man, for oftentimes it had caught him, and he was kept bound with chains and in fetters, and he brake the bands and was driven of the devil into the wilderness. So they try to bind this man up, try to put him in fetters, in chains, but this man, he was, he's being moved by demons and evil spirits, and this man broke those chains. He broke the those fetters that bound him, and he was dwelling in tombs. He didn't wear no clothes or nothing, man. He just lost it. He wasn't of sound mind. And again, like I said, these people, they're not of sound mind, and that lets you know that demons are definitely making their abode in these people, because again, like I said, they're not of sound mind. Really, when you have a sound mind, that is according to the doctrine of Yahawashi, because these scriptures give you sound mind. So if you have anybody that's operating outside of what the scriptures commanded us on how to conduct ourselves, and guess what, they're not a sound mind. So that lets you know that these demons are definitely harboring in these people. So continuing on, verse 20, I believe I'm at 20, I'm at 30. It says, Yahawashi asked him, saying, what is thy name? And he said, Legion, because many devils were entered into him. Okay. And they besought him that he would not command them to go into the deep. And there was a herd of many swine feeding on the mountain, and they besought him that he would suffer them to enter into them. And he suffered them, because these devils, they are seeking places to live, to reside in. Okay, these different demons, they're looking for a home. Okay, and we're going to get that in a little bit. Verse 33, and it says, then went the devils out of the man and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down the steep into the lake and were choked. Okay, and then ultimately in verse 35, it says, we'll just skip down a little bit. Verse 35 said, then they went out to see what was done, and came to Yahawashi, and found the man out of whom the devils were departed, sitting at the feet of Yahawashi, clothed, and here's the point, and in his right mind. And they were afraid. Okay, you see that? So, yeah, so they saw this man. He was, doing the most, because he was harboring all those demons. But when those demons came out of him, he was in his right mind. He was of sound mind afterwards. So that lets you know, when you're not harboring demons, and you're filled with the spirit of Yahawashi, you have a sound mind. You have a sense of peace. And I say that because that's what comes with having a sound mind, peace. So it's the book of Luke chapter 9 and verse at the end of the, I think it's another one. Here it is. Yep. Matthew chapter 12 verse 43. It says, when the unclean spirit has gone out of a man, right? These demons are not harboring anyone. He walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he has come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Right? And that's when these demons, they find home. Okay? They find a place to go to, and they find a house or an abode to dwell in. See that? And I'm just bringing out this precept as an example, because when these demons, they're looking for people to inhabit. So, and that's why when you see these people in this society, you see demons all on them, because those demons found their home. All right. And sometimes there are times to where these demons, they also attack certain people, especially when during sleep or anything like that. That's why you have a term they call sleep paralysis. And then when that happens, demons start to manifest themselves and try to attack certain individuals. And that's definitely with the men of the Lord too. There are times when that happens, but we know what to do in those situations. Okay, like I said, Yahawashi has authority that he commands demons to, and they do whatever he commanded them to do. So that's why knowing the name of Yahawashi is important. Because brothers, they have their accounts when that happened, and you know what they'll tell you? They call on the name of Yahawashi, and guess what happened? They were delivered. So, last precept, Luke chapter 9, verse 38. It says, and it's about the child. I'm gonna skip around a little bit. It says, Luke chapter 9, verse 38. It says, "And behold, a man of the company cried out, saying, Master, I beseech thee, look upon my son, for he is my only child. And lo, a spirit taketh him, and he suddenly crieth out, and it teareth him that he foameth again, and bruising him hardly departed from him. And I besought thy disciples to cast him out, and they could not. And Yahawashi answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you and suffer you? Bring thy son hither. And as he was yet coming, the devil threw him down and tear him. And Yahawashi rebuked the unclean spirit and healed the child and delivered him again to his father." See that? So, again, and this was a demon that was harboring a child. And this child, he was cast himself into the fire. He cast himself into the water to destroy himself. But when Yahawashi cast out that demon, okay, he rebuked the unclean spirit, the child was healed. Okay. And it says here in verse 43, it says, "They were all amazed at the power of the Most High. But while they wondered everyone at all things which Yahawashi did, he said unto the disciples, Let these sayings sink down into your ears, for the Son of Man shall be delivered into the hands of men." Okay, and that's pretty much it. But that's pretty much just the point. So again, like I said, these demons, they know who we are, and because also as well concerning this time, they're going to be more active. And so just know that don't be surprised when you see more and more demons try to move us off our square, or try to do certain things or make themselves manifest. Because they're going to be active. All right, or should I say more active, because they're already active. And just prepare to be prepared for whatever's going to take place. Whatever it may be. And like I said, this what just took place, that was definitely a trial. That was a test. And through the spirit and power of Yahawashi, we win. We have the victory. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out on that note. Again, Lord's will is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone everywhere to this day. Shalom, peace and safety, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Continue to labor in his work and labor to show forth your diligence to make your calling and election sure, and faith and truth and sincerity and all charity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.